how amazing it was, the surprises showing on.
Yeah, I mean, I was here at the building yesterday, and I got a letter from my team about a young kid who was, going through some things at school, and I read his letter, and his letter was just it's extremely detailed. It's extremely thoughtful. You could tell he put some work into it and thought of the words he was trying to use, and for a sixth grader. It just touched my heart as I read it. And like I said, I was reading up on his story a little bit. I was just finishing the day here at work, so I hit my team up and I was like, hey, where's this kid go to school? East Aurora Middle School. It was 20 minutes away, so I was like, hey, would they mind if I just came in and said what's up to the kid, try to just brighten his spirits up, try to be a positive light. Because like I said, I've said it before, the platform that I've been able to grow and it's really given me an opportunity to do that kind of stuff, to try to be a positive light in young kids' lives. And so I pulled up to the school, went and got him out of swim class. I think a lot of you guys saw the video. He was just super excited to see me, and we hung out for 30 minutes, just talked about life, man, just talked about some of the stuff he was going through, and just trying to be positive. Like I said, Logan, he's a good kid. You can tell he's got just a great spirit about him. So we're trying to get him out here to a Bills game, and it was awesome to be a part of. I didn't expect it to blow up the way it did at all, and I didn't even know really media was going to be over there. I was just kind of thinking I was going over there to just say what's up to the kid and hang out with him, but it kind of turned into something bigger than I had thought it was going to be. But again, it was just super special to even be able to have that opportunity to go and see that kid's face. So it was cool.
Davius and Micah and Vaughn, and do you ever yourself look around and go, all right, that's enough of the injury stuff at this point?
Right. I mean, obviously the Vaughn news, that's tough, man. It sucks. You love the guy as a friend, as a teammate, just somebody who I've grown to just appreciate, like I said, on and off the field. He's taught me so much in the game of football, just in his short time being here. And to lose a guy like that is tough. That's the game we play. I think he'd be one of the first ones to tell you that. It's part of the game. And, being able to, have other guys, have opportunities, right in front of them. And those guys will be ready to go. And, it's cliche. You always say it, next man up. But, that's what it has to be. You can't replace a guy like Von Miller, future Hall of Famer, and just a great teammate. And so, we got the news this morning, and it kind of shocked everybody, because I think we had all heard the same news you guys were hearing. He's on IR a couple weeks, he'll be back, and so then coach told us this morning, and it's tough, but at the same time, like I said, next man up, we got the right guys in the locker room, in that room, to be able to handle that and step up and make the most of that opportunity.
What was Coach Sean's message to the team when he
Yeah, exactly that. Obviously, it kind of shocked, I think, pretty much everyone, because I don't think anybody had heard about it when he told us. And, I know I was shocked, but at the same time, it was just, like you said, another opportunity for other guys to be able to step up and show who they are. And, they've been doing that the couple games that he's been out. Guys like Greg, guys like Boogie, AJ. I know I'm missing a couple guys, down the line. Greg, and, those guys are ready for their opportunity. And, I'm excited for them.
You guys have your own destiny in your hands. How does that feel, especially knowing how you've closed the regular season so last two?
Yeah, I mean, obviously being in control is a great feeling to be in, but at the same time, we got some tough division games coming up. It's a good football team, and the Jets coming here, obviously beating us last time, and that's a really good football team coming in here, division rival, and so it's good to have control of your own destiny, but we got to continue to take that one day at a time, one game at a time approach, and be able to handle business this weekend, in order for it to stay that way.
How does their offense look different since Mike White took over a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, obviously, he's feeding the ball to a bunch of different guys. He's distributing the ball throughout the entire offense. He's making quick decisions, and you can tell, it almost seems like the energy of the football team is a lot higher, playing at a higher level, than previously. So, the guy, you respect a guy like Mike White, who's came into the league, and he's done some amazing things over his career, over the course of his career, and I'm sure some throws he wished he had back, but he's thrown for over 250, 300 yards in the last couple games, and had a chance to win the game last week against the Vikings. And so, it's a solid, really good offense coming in here. We're gonna have to play well to win.
Picked him off 4 times last year when the first time you played him and he was coming off a hot stretch. Do you notice anything different this time around in the way he's playing?
Yeah, I think he's playing with a lot more confidence. Like I said, he's seeing his reads. He's getting the ball out of his hands. He's putting the ball where his receivers can get it and his backs can get it. And so, and then he's letting his playmakers make plays. Wilson, he's great. They all of them with the I think they're tied for 5th or 6th in the league for run after catch, since Mike White has been at quarterback. So, tackling is a huge emphasis. We're gonna have to be able to tackle their really good running backs, and then their receivers, when they make catches, we're gonna have to be able to bring them down to the ground. So, a solid football team. Like I said, we're gonna have to play extremely well to win. Yeah, there's a young guy who's got a lot of feel for the game. He and the way he moves, I don't see why he couldn't in his future be a top wide receiver in this game. The way he moves, the way he runs his routes, his run after the catch ability. Like I said, a young guy who's up and coming, and Mike White likes him. I think he's had over the last 2-3 games 25 targets or something like that. So the ball's going to him, and what he's doing after the catch is awesome too. So he's gonna, like I said, it's a tough task. When he catches the ball, we're gonna have to get him down, and we're gonna have to tackle well. We're all gonna have to run to the ball and play well to win.
2 weeks ago, he thought people were writing this team off. Not the first time. The team,
probably not the last. Well, we'd hope it's be the last time, but because that could go a different way. But I get what you're saying. I know we pay. Look, that's the league. That's what the NFL. I've been in this league a long time. 1 week you win, everybody wants to say you're going to the Super Bowl. Next week you lose. It's like, oh gosh, what's wrong with this team? So, we're at that approach, and I know it's cliche, but it's really a one week at a time, one game at a time approach. Just being able to handle what's really in front of us right now, because you look too far ahead or look too far back, you're gonna miss what's really right in front of you. And we got a great opportunity, like you said, we have control of our own destiny. So being able to handle, we had a good practice today, being able to go watch the film, come back tomorrow, have a better practice tomorrow, and lead it all the way up into Sunday.
Jordan, as a guy who got drafted in Major League Baseball. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Obviously.
Sal, go for it.
I was a guy who got drafted in Major League Baseball. What'd you think about 9 years, 360?
Oh my goodness, it looks like I'm playing the wrong sport. Golly, good for him, man. Gosh, that's them contracts. I need to bring some of that over here. That's crazy. 9 years, 360. I don't even know, man. That's wild, though. That's wild. I'm playing the wrong sport. I'm just kidding.
Going back to what you said, you got to take it 1 week at a time, and I totally understand. But is it hard to have human nature to not look ahead and see, do the math, do all these things? Is it hard to do?
Nah, it's not. And honestly, I think as I've gotten older, it's gotten a lot easier. I think maybe when I was younger, I never had actually, when I was younger, I never was in a position where, we had control of our own destiny. We were usually figuring out what the hell our off-season plans are going to be right now. So, but to be in this position, this is my 6th year out here. I think there's been one other year, maybe we've had full control, but look, none of it really matters at the end of the day, because if you don't handle what you got to handle this weekend, the whole scenario changes. And so being able to handle what we got to handle this weekend, it starts with right now. And like I said, I think that I've learned to be able to process this really being in the right now and not worry about, if Miami wins or New England, you can't, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day if you don't handle what you got to handle right now.
When you were younger, was it harder to live by that philosophy, and has it become a little easier the more years?
For sure. Yeah, and I think obviously the culture that we've built here, the messages that have been, instilled in us since we came here, before coming here when I was in Cleveland, like, you know, it wasn't no one day at a time. It was, you know, it wasn't like that. And so, like, you know, like I said, the culture that we built here, being able to understand, look, we got to handle business today in order to handle business on Sunday, and same with tomorrow. You know, like I said, learning from the film today, applying it to our practice tomorrow, learning from that, and really taking one day at a time. Because, look, I mean, I think we can all agree, it seemed like we were in training camp 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? And, you know, you take one day at a time, and now we're week 14. Those 1 days at a time, they add up. And so you can't look too far ahead or look too far back. Really just being locked in the moment right here, understanding what we got to get done today, you know, taking care of your body outside of here and taking care of your mental too. So all that plays in the hand.
Did the team need a little pep talk after Sean said that Von is out for the year in that meeting? Or what do you think about that?
No, I don't know how many guys got to really kind of process it real quick, because he kind of said it and it was like, hold on, like, what? I didn't even hear about that. And so, like, it was kind of more like, well, look, this is what we got to do. You know, I talked to Greg. I said, Greg, man, it's a great opportunity for you, dude. Like, holy cow, like, you have an opportunity to really solidify. I mean, he already has, but to really solidify himself as one of the top passers, which I believe he is in the NFL. So, great opportunity for a lot of those guys. And like I said earlier, you can't replace a guy like Von Miller, future Hall of Famer. Just like I said, a great teammate, a great friend, someone who's going to support you on and off the field no matter what. I mean, there were some events early on during OTAs and training camp that he didn't have to show up to, but he's showing up to support his team, support his teammates, and you know, that's stuff like that goes a long way, especially to me.
Last year you lost Trey at Thanksgiving for the season. That's a pretty big loss.
Right.
But you kept rolling on. I mean, like, from your perspective, you've been training since March 15th hard. Mm-hmm. It's like, you can't let...
No, you can't. And like I said, Von would be the first one to tell you, I think, that it's part of the game. And I know when I hurt my elbow, there was I had some conversations with them like, look, dude, it happens. Dude, just do what you can now to get back on the field. You know, like I said, taking care of what you got to take care of right now. Ain't no point in sulking in it. Ain't no point in, oh, woe is me. You know, it happens. Accept it. Do what you got to do one day at a time, getting yourself to get ready to get back on the field, because when that time comes, the team's going to need you. And so that was some of the things that I learned from him, especially when I was injured. And like I said, I think he'd be the first to tell you something in that sense.
Why you get on the run after some of your worst losses, Arizona, Hail Mary, last year, Tampa Bay, you went on and ran out, won out. Now after Minnesota, you haven't lost. What is it about this team?
Bunch of resilient group of guys, man. It's a bunch of guys that just come to work every day, play for each other. You know, there's no egos. Nobody's pointing fingers when stuff's going wrong. And, you know, we've been hitting them off enough to be able to bounce back off of, you know, getting it. Like, you know, last week, first drive of the game or maybe second drive of the game, we give up a big, you know, screen for a touchdown. Nobody blinked. Nobody was pointing fingers. Nobody was, you know, playing the blame game. You know, that's not what this team is about. You know, we get the corrections from the coaches, understand what we did wrong, and move on from it. There's a lot of football left, and I think that's a huge part of the game to me, is being able to move on from something bad that's happened in a game, in a game or in a season. You know, adversity. How do you handle it? And I think the teams that are able to handle those adverse moments in the right way, you know, those are the teams that you're going to see in late January and February. Thanks, guys.